Hi guys, this is Tara McNew, and today I'm going to be talking about patience. When we hear the word patience, we think of waiting. But patience is deeper than time. It's a mindset that shapes how we grow, how we love, and how we survive. Today we'll explore patience in self-growth, in relationships, and in difficult moments, and piece together what patience really means. The key message for patience and self-growth is patience is the process of allowing yourself time to change, make mistakes, and improve. I used to tell myself I would fix my sleep schedule tomorrow, but tomorrow kept turning into next week, then next month. Staying up late was easy. Changing the habit wasn't. When I finally decided to take it seriously, I expected the change to be quick. I thought going to bed earlier for a few nights would magically make me feel more rested or more organized. But the first week, I felt the same, just tired in so many different ways. That's when I realized something about patience. It isn't just about waiting. It's about allowing yourself to improve slowly. Fixing my sleep schedule wasn't a switch I could flip. It was a process, and it was a messy one. Some nights I stuck to the plan, other nights I didn't. And every time I slipped up, I felt frustrated, like I had ruined the whole thing. But patience taught me to zoom out. One bad night didn't erase the progress of 10 good ones. Little by little, my body adjusted. I started waking up without feeling rushed or panicked. And I noticed that patience showed up in those quiet moments, when I forced myself to put my phone down, and when I trusted the consistency would eventually feel natural. Building a better sleep schedule has taught me that self-growth takes time, and patience is a mindset that keeps you moving through the slow parts. It's choosing to believe that change is happening, even when you can't feel it. And sometimes that kind of patience is the biggest growth of all. Now let's talk about patience in relationships. The key message for patience in relationships is the ability to listen, understand, and allow others the space to be human. When most people think about patience, they think about waiting in a line or sitting through traffic. But the kind of patience that's hardest for me is the kind that shows up in relationships. Everyone has their own pace. How fast they open up, how quickly they respond, how they deal with stress or conflict. And I used to expect people to react the same way I would. If I understood something immediately, I'd get frustrated when someone else didn't. If I was ready to talk, I wanted the other person to be ready too. But relationships don't work like that. Patience in relationships isn't about waiting silently, it's about giving space, listening without rushing, and understanding that people grow and communicate differently. There was a moment when I realized how important this was. I was talking to someone close to me, and they needed time to explain what they were feeling. Old me would have jumped in, tried to fix it, or pushed the conversation too fast. But I didn't. I just listened. I let them take their time, and that patience changed the whole conversation. That's when I understood. Patience in relationships is a form of respect. It's choosing to respond instead of react. It's allowing someone to be human, imperfect, emotional, and occasionally slow to communicate. And honestly, patience isn't always comfortable. Sometimes it means holding back your first reaction. Sometimes it means accepting that someone needs time you weren't expecting to give. But that's what makes relationships stronger. Not rushing them, but letting them grow naturally. So for me, patience in relationships means meeting people where they are, not where you want them to be. And that kind of patience builds trust, understanding, and connection. The things every relationship needs to last. Finally, our last key message is patience during difficult times. In the hardest moments, patience slowly becomes resilient. It's the strength that lets you endure things you never thought you could. There's a different kind of patience we don't talk about enough, the kind that shows up in difficult times. Not the patience of waiting 2 minutes for a microwave, or even the patience of understanding someone else. This kind is quieter, heavier. It's the patience of holding on when everything feels stuck. There was a moment in my life when things felt overwhelming. Like no matter how hard I tried, nothing was improving fast enough. I kept asking myself, when will this get better? Why is this taking so long? And the hardest part was realizing that I couldn't force the situation to change. All I could control was how I moved through it. That's when patience became less about waiting and more about surviving. It meant waking up each day and trying again, even if progress was invisible. It meant accepting that healing, clarity, and growth all take time, and sometimes longer than we want. We like to imagine patience as something calm and gentle. But in difficult times, patience is strength. It's choosing to breathe through the moments that feel impossible. It's letting yourself feel what you feel without expecting instant answers. It's believing that the future can be different even when the present is heavy. And the truth is, patience doesn't make hard times easy. It just makes them survivable. It gives you space to move on at your own pace, to fall and get back up slowly, to trust that even if you don't see change yet, it's happening, quietly and underneath everything. So patience during difficult times isn't about pretending everything is fine. It's about staying, enduring, and giving yourself permission to go through discomfort. That kind of patience is resilient, and sometimes it's the only thing that carries you through. Overall, we've learned that patience isn't passive. It's the courage to grow slowly, the generosity to understand others, and the strength to remain steady through hardship. Patience is an active, intentional act, a way of living. In my interviews, I asked 3 questions. The first question I asked was, what's something that took longer to learn than you expected?
Howdy, y'all. My name is Mia McNew, and one thing that I've learned from patience is how to trust the timing of things instead of forcing them to happen right away.
My second question I asked was, how does patience affect the way you communicate or resolve conflict?
Patience has been a positive impact on resolving conflict, mainly because instead of lashing out and saying what I think, it allows me to take time and process my emotions, and so I can find a better solution to the problem.
The last question I asked was, when life got difficult, what role did patience play for you?
Patience helped me slow down, stay calm, and think clearly instead of reacting impulsively. It gave me the space to work through challenges one step at a time.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to use a little patience today. It goes farther than you think.